Look, we're going to get a little bit of snow that comes in. Today it's a flurry. Tomorrow there's a little bit of snow. It's going to be light, but some road treatment probably is going to be needed, particularly in southeastern Mass. I'll show you that here in a second. Saturday's wind chill will start below 0 in the morning. It ends up only in the single digits by later in the day. That's the coldest air of the season so far. And next week is sure to be milder. I just wouldn't go planning on spring fling type stuff. I think that, the cold air this time of year is a little bit stubborn. And so if we can get into the 40s, we're doing pretty good. All right, so temperatures right now are running in the teens around the Boston metro. And actually, we're down to 1 degree above 0 at Keene because the wind died down for you. For most of us, there is still a breeze. It's blowing about 10 miles an hour. And that creates a wind chill factor that's 0 at Worcester and about 4 above 0 at Boston. So it is equally cold this morning as to what you had when you walked out the door yesterday morning. I can tell you that later today, it won't feel quite as cold as it did yesterday, maybe about 5 degrees better, but it still only feels like 20 at the warmest time of the day, even though the actual highs you can see are 30. Two reasons for that. One is the breeze, which does continue at least lightly through the day. The other one is going to be the fact that the clouds increase very quickly this morning. You have very limited sun. So without the sun, that also helps it to feel a little bit cooler. Overnight tonight, temperatures will be dropping down to about 20 or 25. Look, the next disturbance that's coming at us is coming in from the west, but I told you yesterday that a lot of this stuff is really moisture starved, right? There's no deep connection down to the Gulf of Mexico right now. So as this stuff comes in, basically the moisture it's going to get is going to be when it gets closer to the ocean. Then it can grab a little bit of it, which also means that some of the higher snow amounts later tomorrow are going to be found closer to the ocean where the ocean has an influence. So you can see the snow expanding tomorrow during the morning across Pennsylvania, but also coming into Connecticut. A couple of flurries are possible around the Mass Turnpike tomorrow at 7 a.m. As we get to the later morning and midday, some of that light snow expands north. Now, if you're watching from central or southern New Hampshire, you probably don't get into much of it at all over the course of the day tomorrow. If you're watching us from, let's say, the North Shore down to the Pike, you get in some lighter snow, and the steadiest stuff is going to be the farther south that you go, with a north-northeast wind that does come in off the ocean that enhances the snow a little bit for Plymouth County down to the Cape. It all shuts down as we get to Saturday, with the exception maybe of some Saturday evening snow showers in the outer Cape, just because real cold air comes in. So that gives you a little bit of what we call ocean effect snow on the outer Cape, the cold air over the relatively warm ocean waters. So the thought process on tomorrow is that most of the accumulation takes place from late morning through, let's say, about late day. A coating to an inch either side of the Pike running north to about the New Hampshire border, and then 1 to 3 when you come from Boston to the south and east. I will be adding one more contour, just so you know, over southern Plymouth County down to the canal. I'll put that we have some locally higher amounts possible there. It's not impossible because it's a fluffier type snow for you to hit a 4-inch amount somewhere in that zone. And again, that's over the course of the day tomorrow. You look to the extended, and Saturday's a real cold one. Sunday's still not feeling great. There's the rebound next week. And again, into the 40s is great. 45 to 50 would be wonderful. Different than this week. But again, it's not spring. It's, a warmth in winter.